All right, so Thomas, my name is Renee Turner. Was so excited by having a chance to spend a few minutes with you this evening. So thank you for, taking some time out of your very busy schedule so that we could get together and talk about, strategies for making more money, saving more money, reaching your financial goals faster. When you and I spoke initially, you said you definitely keep your options open for earning extra income, potentially even making a career change. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I hope you've had a great day so far.
Yes, ma'am. I had. Thank you
All
for taking
right.
time out with me.
Absolutely. Well, Thomas, I'm going to start out by finding out a little bit about you and what kind of things are important to you, interesting to you, so I can make sure I talk about some things tonight that interest you. And then I'm going to share a brief presentation with you, telling you exactly who we are, what we do, and the phenomenal opportunities that we have available. So I'm going to share my screen and then we'll get started. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. And the information that I do get from you tonight is just between you and I, but it's just a way for me to make sure I take some good notes so I can remember our conversation and then anything that I need to follow up with you about that I can do that. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I see it.
Okay, great. So, Thomas, I'm going to ask you to listen to the information that I share with you this evening from three perspectives. Number one, most importantly, is my business expansion. I am expanding aggressively and I'm looking for ambitious, motivated people that like helping other people, would love to earn some extra income, in a situation where you can be your own boss, set your own schedule, work from home or wherever you are, and be able to help people in a very meaningful way as you help yourself at the same time. But I also want you to think about who you know that could benefit from hearing this same information about strategies for making more money and having more financial options. And then the third perspective is personal benefit. You are going to hear about the things that I do to help people build their financial house and reach their financial goals. And anything that you hear that you feel will benefit you personally, we can definitely follow up on that. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, Thomas, I never want to assume anything about how to spell somebody's name. So could you spell your first and last name for me?
Yes, my first name is Thomas, and it's Thomas.
Okay.
Last name is Denderson, and that's Denerson.
All right, awesome. And Thomas, I know I've been texting you, but just so I have everything in one place, can you give me your cell number
Yes, 478-284-7138.
and your email?
Email is Dennerson.Thomas81
All right, awesome. And I talk to people that live all over the place. I get referred people that live all over the country. So just to make sure I know, what state do you live in, Thomas?
The great state of Georgia.
Okay, awesome. I'm in Georgia as well, but believe it or not, I talk to people every day from every state you could possibly think of. So I'm glad to know that you are here in Georgia. So tell me about your current career. What kind of work do you do?
I am a supervisor with Advocate Health, and I supervise it in the EVS department.
Okay, what's the name of the company? You said what kind of help?
Advocate,
Okay,
O,
advocate.
yes, ADOBACT.
Yeah, and I see that typo, so I'll fix that. All right.
Mhm.
So you're a supervisor, and what do you like best about your job?
What I like best about my job is, I guess it's the people. I like, talking and helping other people, achieve their goals on the job.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good to have a supervisor that cares about people achieving their goals because all supervisors don't feel that way.
Yeah.
And then what do you dislike? If you could change anything about your job, what would you change?
I would change the negativity, the way that my upline or my supervisors approach the job.
Okay.
They always hark on the negative instead of, appreciating the positive.
Okay, awesome. So I'm in the business of helping people achieve their goals. And so I want you to dream for a minute, Thomas. If
Mhm.
money was not an issue in your life, you were earning enough money to live the life you want to live, what would be different in your life? Anything related to your house, your car, the travel you do, the way you're able to give and help others, anything you can think of. If money was not an issue, what would be different in your life?
You hit the nail on the head. I would have a big enough land plot that my family and everybody who wanted to build a home on that plot could do so. Also, I would definitely help a lot of my friends that are, or a lot of my relatives and friends that are, that are having trouble financially. And, just have a good time in life, travel and see places.
All right. So enough land for your family to build homes, help relatives and friends who have financial challenges. And then you said travel.
Yes.
All right.
Jamaica, everywhere, all of the islands.
All right. All the islands.
Yeah.
All right.
Have each one of their sponsored drinks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, on the job that you have right now, how long would it take for that current job as a supervisor at Advocate Health to pay you the money you need to earn to have that life you just described?
Not in my lifetime.
All right. All right. And so my question is, if I could show you how to have that life sooner, which means have that life in your lifetime, right? Would you be interested?
Very interested, yes.
Okay, awesome. So, in terms of our business, there are three levels of involvement, right? The first level of involvement is to be an influencer, and that's somebody who knows people, has credibility, they are a center of influence. And so you would get licensed, paid for by the company, and then you would simply refer people to me. And if you refer 3 to 4 people a month that become clients, you could earn $500 to $1,000 a month potentially simply by providing those referrals of people that become clients. The second level of involvement is part-time. I call it second career because what we do is, very professional and we help people. You would still get licensed, paid by the company, and you would actually learn how to help people. Put in 6 to 8 hours a week or more, have a very flexible schedule, and potentially earn $1,000 to $3,000 a month. The third level of involvement is regional vice president trainee. That's what RVP stands for. And that's somebody who's interested in making a career change. So you would get licensed, paid by the company. You would still start part time, but you could get promoted to regional vice president. And our average regional vice president earns $100,000 a year or much, much more, even into the 7 figures. So if it turned out you were interested after you hear the presentation, Thomas, which level of involvement interests you the most? Influencer, part-time, or regional vice president trainee?
Let's go with part-time right now, and then
Okay.
that the regional vice president definitely sounds like me, but I'll start part-time.
Okay, awesome. So as I go through the presentation, I want you to think about it as a part-time business that you could start. All right. Now, let me tell you a little bit about me and why I decided to get involved with Primerica. I actually grew up in Florida, moved to Atlanta to go to Georgia Tech, and my husband and I met in college. I got an engineering degree, industrial engineering, and after I graduated, I worked in corporate America using that education, that engineering education. After a couple of years, I was frustrated. I felt like I wasn't getting the promotions I deserved, certainly wasn't making the money I felt that I deserved to make. And I was looking for options to earn some extra income, doing something that was professional where I could control my schedule. Was introduced to this company. My husband and I got our financial house, our financial game plan started. And I started doing this business part time. I was part time for several years. And then I decided to make the career change that I have that I've made now. But just like you, I started out part time. All right. And so the next question, Thomas, doesn't apply directly to you. But as I've already shared, I'm expanding aggressively and I'm looking for other sharp people. And so I'm going to just ask you to think of some people you know that fit these descriptions and just give me the first names, right? Now, when you're doing this with a real person, this is training, this is teaching right now. You would unshare your screen, but of course, because this is a training video, I'm going to keep my screen shared so you guys can see what I'm actually sharing with Thomas. But when you do it, you would unshare your screen. And so, Thomas, remember, just first names. Who would you say is the most competitive person you know? I mean, they compete whatever it is, whether it's Uno, whether it's spades, whether it's, checkers or chess. Who's the most competitive person that you know? The person that wants to win everything they do?
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Hmm.
In addition to Dwayne, who else do you know that is competitive?
Abraham.
Abraham.
Hmm.
And anybody else that comes to mind when you think competitive?
Anthony.
Anthony. Now, other than those three, who do you know that's a hard worker? Who do you know has the best work ethic, the hardest working person you know, other than yourself and other than Dwayne, Abraham, or Anthony?
Tommy.
Tommy. Anybody else when you think of a hard worker?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Hmm.
Anyone else?
Kenny.
Kenny. All right. The next question is who's the most ambitious person that you know? Other than the ones you've already thought of, who's the most ambitious person that you know? Just the first name.
I would have to say David.
David.
Hmm.
Anybody else when you think of ambitious?
Carl.
Carl.
Hmm.
Anyone else?
Calvin.
All right, awesome. And now money motivated. When I say money motivated, I don't mean greedy, but somebody that's motivated to make money, have money, save money, right? I mean, like they're really motivated to be successful when it comes to money. Other than the people you already thought of, who's the most money motivated person that you know?
James.
Who else comes to mind?
Monica.
Monica. Anybody else when you think money motivated?
Jeffrey.
All right. And the last category is people skills. You're great with people. You love people. Other than you and the people you've already mentioned, who do you know that has the best people skills? They love being around people. People love being around them.
Mm, let's go with trying to think who it might be. We can say Willie.
Willie. And
Hmm.
anybody else when you think of people skills?
Letha.
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 Okay. And anybody else has great people skills?
Uh, Carolyn.
All right. Well, man, I can tell you are a people person, Thomas, because you know a lot of great people. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a brief presentation showing you exactly, who we are, what we do, and the great opportunity that we have available. All right.
Right.
All righty. And let me just get these controls. All right. So the company that I'm affiliated with is Primerica. We are the largest independent financial services marketing company in North America with about 140,000 licensed representatives. We're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been delivering freedom for families since 1977. We have over 5.7 million lives insured and about approximately 2.9 million investment clients. Thomas, we've got lots of awards and accolades. We're a Fortune 1000 company, so one of the 1,000 largest companies in America. On the investment side, we have won continually the Dalbar Mutual Fund Service Award. Forbes put us on their list of best insurance companies, best employers for diversity for women, and Investors Business Daily has put us on their most trusted list. Number one most trusted life insurance company, number three most trusted financial company. And what we do is we partner with some of the best companies in the financial services industry to help our clients get the services that they need, like life insurance, mortgages and home equity loans, investments like mutual funds, annuities, managed accounts, business retirement plans, legal and identity protection, and auto and home solutions. We know, Thomas, that everybody doesn't need everything that we do, but we believe everybody could benefit from something that we do. And as you look at this chart, Thomas, do you recognize the names of any of the companies on this chart? Any of these that you recognize?
Yes, Corbridge, Equitable, Franklin and Templeton. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, great. So you can see we partner with some great companies. So,
Yes.
Thomas, we stand for Freedom for Families. And what that means is we want to give families freedom from abandonment of the middle market by other financial institutions, freedom from a lack of financial knowledge costing you money, the failure to provide proper protection for you and your family, the devastating impact of debt, stress from worrying about money, and other people controlling your time, talent, and opportunity. And we also stand for freedom to help families create a game plan to achieve financial security, to learn the how money works concepts, to learn how to build your own business, how to work when, where, and how you choose, and the freedom to control your future and create a legacy for your family while helping others. So what we know is people are having financial challenges. The question is why? And we think it's because most people today don't get a financial education when they're in school. They don't have a financial game plan. They don't have a financial professional. And this results in serious challenges for Main Street families. And so some of the financial challenges people have, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Of the 61% of Americans with credit card debt, 23% go deeper into debt every month, and 14% report having missed at least one payment in 2023. Nearly half of Americans have no life insurance coverage at all, and 60% of Americans have saved less than $50,000 for retirement, and the majority have put away just $10,000. So how real and serious are these problems, Thomas?
Very serious.
Very serious, right? And
Yes.
so our mission is to help families earn more income and become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. And we teach important financial concepts. The primary concept we teach is called the theory of decreasing responsibility. And what it talks about is how life works, right? In the early years of people's lives, that's when they have a lot of financial responsibilities. They may have young children, high debt, a house mortgage. Man, if they died, that loss of income would be devastating to the family. And so in the early years, people need a lot of coverage, life insurance coverage, because in the early years, they may not have a lot of money. What we know, though, is as time goes on and they get closer to retirement, the children grow up. So they have grown children, hopefully lower debt, hopefully that mortgage is getting paid off, and retirement income is what they need. In those later years, they may not need a lot of life insurance, but in the later years, you better have money, right? Because you don't want to work till you die. And so we really show people how to be protected with life insurance in case they die in those early years. Most people would consider that dying too soon, and how to have money in the later years so they don't live too long. You might say, how do you live too long? Well, if you're still living and all your money is gone, Thomas, you might feel like you live too long, right?
Right.
And so, what life insurance company do you know of that teaches people how to actually eliminate the need for life insurance? That's pretty incredible. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, ma'am. Very good.
That's what we do. So let me show you how we help families, right? Here we have a couple, John and Mary. They're both 35 years old. Before they got with us, when we met with them, they already had a life insurance policy. They had 100,000 of coverage on each of them. It was a cash value policy, which is very expensive. They were paying $235 a month for that life insurance. The cash value policy had a savings attached to it that was going to grow to be $74,000 by the time they reached age 65. Also, they had a retirement plan. They had $20,000 in an IRA at their bank, earning 1.5% interest, and they were adding $105 per month in contributions. If they keep doing that, they're going to have at age 65 $79,000 in that IRA. So that's where they were when we met them. But with what we were able to do by giving them a great financial game plan was to put them in a life insurance policy, a term life insurance policy that was going to be set in place for 30 years with 250,000 of coverage on each of them instead of just 100,000, and a premium of only $82 a month. So Thomas, they were spending $235 a month on their premium. We took it down to $82 a month, even though we gave them more coverage. So that freed up $153 a month for them to invest. On the retirement side, we showed them how to roll over that $20,000 IRA from the bank into a mutual fund, and now they can contribute, and their monthly contributions increased to 258. That's the 105 they were already saving plus the 153 a month we saved them on their life insurance premium. And at a 9% rate of return, that will be over $770,000 at age 65. And so, Thomas, if you showed people who had a plan like Plan A how they could switch to a plan like Plan B, out of 10 families that you showed they could do that, how many of those 10 do you think would switch from Plan A to Plan B?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And let's say it wasn't 10 out of 10 because some people don't change no matter how good the change might be. If 8 or 9 out of 10 did it, would you have made a difference in a lot of lives?
Oh, yes, ma'am. A lot of difference.
Absolutely, right? And then guess what, Thomas? When we help people, we get paid. Let's look at what you could have earned. If you were just working with us part-time, because that's what you're interested in right now, if you're a part-time district leader, every time you help a family like John and Mary, you could earn $832. So you spend a couple of hours with them and you get paid $832. Would that interest you?
Yes, ma'am. 9 times 832. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, right? And you could
Yes.
just stay part-time forever. But if you ever decided to make a career change, right? As a regional vice president, at the regional vice president level, every time a district leader on your team, Thomas, helps a family like John and Mary, you could receive $825 in RVP overrides. I call that profit sharing compensation. So you weren't there. Your district leader helped them, but because that district leader is on your team, then you get paid on what they do. So if you had 10 district leaders that did that, Thomas, you could earn $8,250. Would that interest you?
Oh, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So
Plus
you
my
could make
9 by
great
myself.
part-time
Yes.
money, or you could make a career change, have a lot of
Mhm.
other people that make part-time money working under with on your team, and then you make phenomenal career money. And so our team is the Millionaire Movement team. We have a track record of success with over
Mhm.
300 representatives in states all over the country, 7 offices, and a system to help you earn extra income or make a career change. And so this is our leadership team. You know, Thomas, our senior vice presidents, Renee and Mel Turner, former industrial engineer, now earning $430,000 a year. And these are their vice presidents. They all started part-time, Thomas. Then they decided to make a career change, become a regional vice president. And look, they come from all kinds of occupations: corporate trainer, marketing manager, business owner, educator. And they're either on track to make $100,000 a year, or they're already making $100,000 or a lot more. And so we definitely have a track record of success. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Thomas, let me ask you some questions now. What did you like best about the part-time business based on what you just seen?
The money opportunity, the income
All
opportunity.
all right, awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on joining the business? 1 being you have zero interest, and 10, you're ready to get started right this second. Where do you fall on that scale?
I'm at an 8 right now.
All right, awesome. So hypothetically, Thomas, if you got started in the business part-time, how much would you need to earn per month in order to make this worth your time?
About an extra 2,000.
2000? Okay.
Yes.
And how many hours a week realistically could you commit to developing that $2,000 monthly income?
About 3 hours a day, So we're looking at about what, 15 to 18 hours, I guess, a week.
Okay, awesome. Now you have to get licensed and trained. You can accomplish this in 1 to 3 months. And so, how soon would you like to earn that, $2,000 month of monthly income? Would you want to do it in 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months? Some people want to move fast, do it in 1 month. Some people move a little bit slower, take 2 months or 3 months. How soon would you want to do it?
I'll say 2 months.
2 months.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
Thomas, if I could show you how to develop a $2,000 monthly income working 15 to 18 hours a week over the course of the next 2 months, would you be ready to get started?
Yes, I would.
Okay, awesome. So, how do you get started? You'll submit an independent business application. It'll only take us about 7 or 8 minutes to do it right here online. And with that, because this isn't a job, it's a business, with that, you'll submit a one time investment of only $99, which is like a down payment, a deposit on getting your license. Now, your first license, the life insurance license, actually costs $600. If you went out on your own to get that license, it would cost you $600 out of your pocket. But by coming into business with me, Primerica is going to pay for that license. You see all the things that they're going to pay for, that's about $600 that's not going to come out of your pocket. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Sounds great.
It gets even better because that one-time investment is 100% reimbursable through our field training bonus program. As long as you successfully complete our licensing and training within 90 days or less, 3 months or less, you're going to do it in 2 months. You're going to be reimbursed what you put in. Now, to run the business, we have our ultimate business support system. For only $25 a month, you're able to access our technology support package, which is our website and our app, and it has everything you need to run a professional business, your own website, all the reports you need to keep track of your business, tons of great training. The value of everything you have access to is over $100 a month. You're able to tap into it for only $25 a month. And the company's going to pay for you to get your securities license, which is your investment license. If you went out on your own to get that license, that will be another $600 out of your pocket. But by coming into business with me, Primerica is going to pay for that license as well. And you'll have access to the software, the Morningstar financial analysis software that you need to help people with their investments. And so, where have you ever seen a legitimate professional business, Thomas? You could start for only $99, get that reimbursed, run the business for only $25 a month, get licenses worth $1,200 completely paid for, right? The part that you do invest off on your taxes, right? Have you ever seen such a great business opportunity?
Can't say I have. No.
Neither have I. And that's exactly why I got started. And so, Thomas, what you're going to learn is how to help people build their financial house, right? From the bottom all the way up to the roof, right? And so I'm going to give you a little pop quiz just so we can see where you stand on your financial house. So, do you currently have enough individual life insurance to replace your income in the event of a premature death? Enough, most people need 10 times their income. Individual means life insurance outside of your job.
No.
Okay. Do you have a will, living will, and durable power of attorney?
No.
Do you have 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund?
No.
Do you have a plan to eliminate debt as quickly as possible?
No.
Do you know your financial independence number?
No. What is that, Coach? I
That's
mean,
the amount of money you're going to need to have at retirement in order to live the way you want to live. And guess what? You're just like most people that I talk to. They don't have all these things in place. So, Thomas, would a free wealth builder plan be beneficial to you?
yes, very beneficial.
Okay, awesome. And that's what you're going to learn to help other people with as well. So, Thomas, thinking about all the things we've talked about, which option interests you the most? One, two, or three? One, the part-time income opportunity with career potential. Two, a free wealth builder plan. Or three, I'm interested in both.
I would have to say three.
Okay, fantastic. So we're going to do both. And Thomas, we're going to get started right now. We're going to
Okay.
start with your independent business application so we can get you started in the business, and then we'll get the information to do your free wealth builder plan. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.